Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. What a beautiful Wednesday across Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And it's time to watch the space station fly over. Now, it's going to happen at 7:44 to 7:50. And we're doing a live broadcast. Hopefully, the internet is good. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it. But you'll be able to watch this with me. So come on out. Space station is pretty good size. Just got a text asking how big the space station is. It's about a football field and a half big, and it flies at about 17,000 miles an hour, 4.3 miles per second. So this thing is going to be flying fast, and it's going to fly across the area pretty quick as well. So we're going to be able to see this. What you're going to do is go outside. You're going to be looking in the northwest sky. I see a little bit of high cloudiness. The clouds are pretty thick on the horizon, so you're not going to be able to see it there. However, you will be able to see it as it gets higher over our heads. So it's going to start in the northwest sky about 10 degrees above the horizon here in just a few minutes. And then it's going to be going directly overhead. So what we're going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around. And you don't have to be in a dark area. It's pretty bright. It's as bright as Venus. It's as bright as the moon. And you'll be able to see it in the sky. So it's kind of cool stuff. In fact, the International Space Station totally orbits the Earth in exactly 90 minutes. So that's how fast it's going. Like I said, about 17,000 miles an hour. Just a little jog, right? Just a little, a quick little trip around the world. So here's what we're going to do. Flip the camera around, and we're going to see this. You and I are going to watch it together. So 7:44. It won't be quite as bright as it's going to be in the northwest sky. No, that's not it. That's a reflection. But that's kind of what it's going to look like. It'll look like a planet, but it's moving really quick. And it travels across the entire horizon in the northwest sky and then goes straight overhead. And then after going straight overhead, it's pretty much going to go very close to the moon and fly by the moon. And then it's going to set in the southeastern sky. All right. So let's watch it together here. And we'll see if we can see it. So it's probably obscured by cloud cover. And what's cool about it is that it's going to fly over pretty slow at first because it's on the horizon. So it's kind of like when, trains are really far off in the distance and you don't see, it doesn't look like they're moving very quick. And so let's see here. I can see some stars. Not seeing the space station. There it is. Just saw it. Just popped up. There it is. So obviously the camera is not very good. There's a lot of other lights, but it's right here, that little dot. And now it's starting to climb up. Man, I actually saw the first time when it popped up. So I'm going to block this out. See that little dot right there? Yep, that's it. Now wait till you see how fast it goes once it gets over your head. So they are flying directly. Here it goes. Look at it increase in acceleration. It appears to be increasing in acceleration, but it actually isn't. So pretty cool. And this happens quite often. I mean, the space station is able to be seen quite often, many times. But this is an exceptional flyover, and it's a good time of the night, too, to check it out. There it is, though. That's the dot. That's the space station. You got to look straight up. You'll be able to see it in Sulphur Springs, but there is a lot of cloud cover farther north you go. So there you can hear the bagpipes from Dixon Street. Now look at how bright it's getting. So there it is. Look at how fast that is going. 4.3 miles per second. Look at that. That is going straight up. That's going to go very close to the moon, or appear to pass by close to the moon. This is where it's going to be its brightest. Yeah, look at how bright that is. You can easily see it. Got to look straight up at this point. There it is. Now look at the star next to it. Look at how fast it's going by the star. All right, so we're going to spin around here. And it is, I mean, it is directly overhead. And someone's like, how do you know it's not a plane? Well, it doesn't have the blinking red and green lights, you know, the landing lights. And what you're seeing is the reflection from the sun off the solar panels. There it goes. Yeah, it's going to go a little bit close to the moon, but not quite. Now, some people might be able to get the space station and the moon together to fly by, but there it is. It is so bright. I know. I told you it's like Venus. And by the way, this is Jupiter right over here. So you can see Jupiter, which was in opposition just last week and still very good in the telescope. But there you go. Now, what's weird is that you'll see it disappear. That is another glare. Where is that glare coming from? So there it is. Good view south of West Fork. And so now it's going to set in the north or southeastern sky. Yeah, that's a reflection. It got pretty close to the moon visually. I mean, it's obviously not close to the moon, actually. Oh, which, by the way, do you know 4 new astronauts are headed to the space station tomorrow? They were Crew 5 from SpaceX. A Falcon 9 rocket was launched today from Cape Canaveral. And it also had the first female Russian cosmonaut. It also has a Japanese astronaut. And then finally, now it's starting to not be as bright. So you can still see it right off in the distance. The moon is kind of blocking it out. Let's see if I can. You can't really get that glare off of there. So about to set in the southeastern sky. And it's going to disappear before it makes it all the way below the horizon. And that's because the sunlight's being blocked from the Earth. Pretty cool, though. So what I was saying is a Japanese astronaut, 2 NASA astronauts, and the first ever female Russian cosmonaut. There it goes. See it? Starting to be a little darker and gone. So that's exactly about 12 degrees above the horizon. Really beautiful night to see the space station. Wasn't that cool? I thought that'd be a pretty neat thing to do, to just kind of have an interactive experience with you and I watching it at the same time. Now, I can tell you this. If you thought that was cool, you have got to mark your calendars for April 8th, 2024. Now, there's also going to be an annular solar eclipse that's happening, but April 8th, 2024 will blow your mind. That is the total solar eclipse. If you have never been in the path of totality for a total eclipse, you need to, because it is absolutely amazing. It puts the space station, any solar eclipse, any lunar eclipse, it puts it to shame. The total solar eclipse is where it's at. That's what you need to see. And mark your calendar. April 8th, 2024. Not very far away. Also, the sun might be erupting an X-class solar flare. That's another thing that we're watching. By the way, Mike Susko is going to be taking a space weather class from Dr. Tamitha Skov. She is an incredible solar scientist. So, all right, guys. Well, that is about it. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed that. I thought you guys might want to get the family out and check that out. I'll be going home, changing, getting in a coat and tie, and I'll have your forecast on when that front comes in. And yes, as we were mentioning yesterday, now it seems like some of the other agencies are on board with rainy weather next week, and I do think some storms are coming as well. So have a good one. Take care, and we'll see you later on tonight on the news.